with intentions distractions. My intentions are like Marco showed off, sent me a link to his demo for like education. So I think the prototype looks fantastic. I want to figure out exactly how we assign the work to do the content in it, so that it can be a little bit more promoted, even just as a Figma prototype. And then, so that's one issue. Of course, one updates on Vitor. I hope Vitor has a chance to do some show and tell, because I know he's working behind the scenes over there. And then talk about next steps specifically around the prototype for token thaw. And I'll pass it to Livia.
Hey guys. I just want to catch up. I feel like I wasn't so in the loop of what was going on in Forems, and now I think I have more bandwidth, and I would love to collaborate if there is something with the narrative that I can help, or like explaining things, helping to put things together, although I know there was like a ton of work put in there already. So just catching up. And I'll pass to Lauren.
Intentions, distractions, or just intentions? Okay, I'm here. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm just here I'm so happy to see you guys. Oh my God. Wow, it's so great. I wasn't here on Sunday. I think you had a hack session, but you're just all beautiful, and it's just like great to see you all together. So I'm here to be happy to see you, and also to just see what's going on. Yeah, I'm not distracted. I don't know who to pass it to. Septi?
Yeah, and no distractions and intentions. Well, I just had the chance to shop with them, so that was great. And just see how it's going, and I'll pass it to Vitor.
Yeah, my intentions are to talk a little bit about the models and check out like Marco's awesome job and like awesome work in the design, and yeah, check out with you guys what you gotta do. And I'll pass to Septimus.
Oh, he's gone already. I'm only like, my intentions, quickly demo you the prototype. Some of you have seen it, some of you haven't seen it. Just walk you quickly through the first part, and then clarify the questions that Griff wanted to discuss in this call, the next steps, and when we can actually start sharing this one, and also regarding the content, and the next steps for the design part of this prototype in the Commons Upgrade dashboard. Distractions, none at this moment. Pass it over to Craig. Craig, you're the last one.
Thanks, Marco. Intentions to just see everybody and say hi and get back in the groove. And distractions are always many. Yep, go Griff.
Fantastic. I want to make sure that I didn't miss any agenda topics, and I do have a rolling notes doc. But show and tell from Vitor and Marco, content for prototype, capturing other action steps, token thaw modules, and actually forum post updates. Well, put that on the list if we have. Okay. Did I miss anything? Cool. Then Marco, do you want to take it away with the show and tell?
Yep. Sharing my screen going live. Let me know if you can see that.
Looks great.
All right, cool. So first of all, we had a wireframes. We went through the process of creating the flow of how we want to educate the user and like kind of lead them the way towards adjusting the parameters later on. Mitch was responsible for the content and a few other people who collaborated. Now from the wireframes, we are starting to apply some visual design and think about some of the interactions. This is the first version of the prototype. The goal of this prototype is to be able to share it with everybody before it's even being coded, so that we can eventually get some feedback, maybe update it a little bit if needed, and before we actually do the coding part of this one, which Vitor already started with his kind of boilerplate or whatever. But then eventually later on he will be applying this design. So the first page is kind of the landing page where we currently are. A quick
And
timeline where we are.
This is the link, the same link that you sent in the params channel a couple days ago?
Yeah, it's the same link. And I'm going to paste this link in the parameters channel right after this demo. So the content hasn't changed yet. And by the way, Mitch is already working on some minor modifications to the content. So to clarify your question, Griff, the content that you can read on in this prototype is has gone through several revisions. But if you spot anything or want to change something, please comment either directly in Figma or mention Mitch, and he will do the updates. So yeah, like this is the landing page showing what. Yeah.
I just pasted the link, so if anyone else wants to follow, I'll be while I'm watching you do the demo, I'll be making some comments in Figma.
Cool. The landing page showing the state where we currently are. What is the next thing? The next thing is actually going through the configuration of Commons upgrade. The next thing is we introduce these 4 modules that everybody will be configuring. User can quickly go through these. These are just brief explanations. They can learn more about each of these modules in a pop-up with some information. After this one, we want to kind of emphasize the importance of making the decisions inside the parameters. So we offer user to either learn more about each of the parameters, which are basically the kind of forum posts that we already have, but like inside this this interface. Or like if you already know what you're doing, you should confirm that you understand all these 4 modules, and then you can go to the configuration. If you don't confirm, the button won't light up. And then, so like from here, if you click here, you should be going to the configuration. This is the part that I haven't done yet. It's next on my to-do list. But this part where we have like a small tutorial where you can learn a little bit about how Commons work before you start configuring it. We give you a brief outline what you will be learning here, and also telling you like how much time you need for this. So we want to really make sure that you have time to read through all this because it's kind of content heavy. So you can basically go through each of these 4 modules that you have seen in the introduction, but now a little bit more in depth. So you can read about everything and like what you will be deciding here. If you need some information, like more information, want to learn about it, you can click on one of these links here, which will redirect you to the forum, where it's basically more posts, deep dive, and so on and so forth. At any time, if you feel so, you can finish learning and just go back to the previous one and start the configuration. Going through all these 4 modules, you basically read about all of them. Once you're done, you're ready and prepare yourself for the launch. And then from here, you go to the configuration page. The configuration page is next on my to-do list. It will also be a walkthrough through these 4 modules where you will be asked to set some parameters. It will be kind of like a basic view, but there will also be an advanced view where you will have all input fields and everything, well, mostly on one page, on one screen. So you can then like switch from either a basic view, which is kind of walk through one by one, one module by one module, setting the parameters, or seeing all 4 parameters with all input fields and everything in one page. So like that's next on my to-do list. And yeah, that's basically it.
Amazing. I mean, I think it looks amazing. I love the flow. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of content work I think to do to really tie it all together with the design, but it looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great.
yeah, let's just pass it around. I feel like I want to give everyone space to speak and give critical thoughts. Like the one thing I'll say is I think module 1 is going to be token, right? And module 2 is the bonding curve. But
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, exactly. So
cool.
I'm not sure if I switched some of the positions. I don't think so. But like, if you notice that, please just leave a comment. Everybody is encouraged to just click the link in the parameters channel, go to the Figma, you know, go through this one as you would be a regular user learning about all this stuff, or a power user who knows all this stuff. Read through everything if you can. Takes 5 minutes, and then just if you spot anything that like is awkward, weird, doesn't feel right, just click on a small icon top
Can you
left.
show them? You show them how to. It's hard
Yeah.
sometimes to get into the
Yeah,
comment.
so here, top left, on hovering, it says add comment. So basically, you can just click and add a comment here. I'm adding a comment here to demo Figma comments. You can just post this one. You can also hit the keyboard C, and it just toggles comments like C. That's
Cool.
basically add comment, remove comment, or whatever. So yeah, that's how you can do that. And yeah.
Okay,
Just,
I'll pass it to Craig. You have any comments, Craig? Craig's distracted. I'll pass it to Lauren.
Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. It looks so cool. I'm also just like clicking through on the Figma here right now. I wonder, do you think that we could add videos that also explain, like, when we're explaining like token freeze and token thought, could we have just like a little YouTube video at the top of like somebody excitedly briefly explaining this, something that's just like 2 minutes of like a quick thing? I feel like maybe because it's an intimidating amount of text. I mean, it's not that intimidating, but yeah, you're like, okay, 15 to 20 minutes, I can do it. And then when I start clicking through, I'm like, oh, it's a lot to read. And I think like just a brief video might help that a lot. I don't know what you guys think. The text is great though. Yeah. Anyway, that's just my first idea, I guess. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep looking through it. I'll pass it to Livia.
Yeah, I'm also going through the Figma. It looks so good. I love the flow and the feeling that you can really navigate through everything. And just one thing I was thinking, I love the narrative too of like the very like participatory economics. And there is this part, decide how you want your token economy to function. I feel like this is kind of a common stack narrative of like decide your economy, because you will be deciding like multiple economies. But then in this context, we're talking about our economy, that is the one we're building now together. So maybe decide how you want our economy to function. I would just add, but I'll add a comment there. And yeah, I'll continue looking at it, but it looks fantastic so far. And I'll pass to Megan.
Yeah, I also think it looks great. I'm also going through it right now. I love how these blue lines in the background move. It's really cool. And I'll just read through it in detail. But I love how it looks in any case. And I'll pass to Vitor.
Yeah, I really like it as well. My only like concern about, not exactly concern, but like that it might take a lot of steps into the configuration, and I think it might be interesting to have like these clear division between like when you gotta understand this intro and then the configuration. And I imagine maybe if people like want to go in many times, such as the common simulator, and they can maybe go directly to that if you have the option. I'm not sure if it's the case, but otherwise it looks awesome.
Passing on to someone?
Yeah,
Cool, cool. To answer your question, Lauren, first, yeah, videos, we could include them like above each module when you start the tutorial to begin learning. So basically the intro could be a short video, 3 minutes or something like that. If it fits in 3 minutes, I don't know. And then below we could have text. So yeah, like that's totally possible to embed. And then the second question for you, Vitor, you said, yeah, going quickly to configuration. I actually included a link to go to configuration immediately here on the landing page and also on the second step. So like each of those has a link which says go to configuration, which basically opens, just let me tell you, I didn't link this one, but it opens maybe here. Yeah, it opens actually this page where we just, emphasize the importance of the decision. So basically directly from the landing page, you can go to this page here, click on I understand everything and go to the configurations, just 2 clicks. So like we avoid the whole thing that we ran into in the simulator where you had to go through the whole intro in order to actually get to the parameters. This is kind of a shortcut to get there with just 2 clicks. Back to you, Griff.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. That links go straight, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is great. I feel like thank you guys for the great comments. Glad we made space for them. And let's move into, I think that we'll have some more action steps. Thank you all for diving into the Figma and making comments. And really, I hope we can roll into the next prototype, next module. But Vitor, do you want to do show and tell on the Python side? Oh, actually, just
sorry, I was muted.
Marco, what's the best way for people to have content? Just make it in the Figma, right? Just edit it in Figma, and then Mitch is going to take on changing the content. He's the point of contact.
Yeah. So if you have any revisions, you can just comment directly in the Figma. If it's too hard for you, mention Mitch maybe in parameters channel. But please try in Figma because that way, it will be on that spot and there won't be like back and forth. Like, what did you mean? Where exactly? Can you please screenshot me that or something? So like that's the beauty of having this prototype. So please just drop a comment in the Figma, suggestion to change text from this to that or whatever, and Mitch is going to take care of that, or myself.
Cool.
Okay, can you see my screen? Okay, awesome. I don't have like any much great things deployed here, but like I'm not sure. I think you guys were not in the much of you guys are in the Sunday call, but basically here we have like few sliders and output charts for every section that we have 4. So like for example, here you have like token freeze and token thaw. You can change and you change the outputs in real time, and the same for like splittable voting. Here we have the dandelion voting, and then the difference for the pie chart splitting the vote durations, and as well as the other chart. And then regarding the splittable conviction voting, I'm still working in these in the model for these 2 here because they I wasn't aware. I just discovered like during the Sunday call that like we should add those 2 as well because it was not in this one. Here, just this one was being made. So yeah, I just need to finish these 2 ones here, and then I'm just need to get sure like with Marco if we should use like these design as well, like especially if this one like if this chart style or something like that for this one. And yeah, like I'm still working on this, and almost finishing. And regarding the ABC, Megan got this part. So basically, to do the initial and simpler version of the this slider, I think it's pretty simple. But then this guy for like where you can add like steps where you see like buy or sell, or like optimistic or pessimistic scenarios of buying and selling from the bonding curve. And yeah, I'm not sure how it's going.
Hi, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can show a bit. It's like a very rough mock-up, and I have to change it now that I've talked to Sam and he gives me the new code. 1 second, I have to. I want to try to share, but yeah, I was actually thinking now that we talked to Sam, this first like the reserve will be fixed. We have worked with this whole time thinking that the user can put different reserve balances, but actually it will be fixed because it will depend on the
Opening
hash
price.
Yeah, no, on how much we raise in the tribute that we get, that we've already fixed with we already set it on the with the parents. If I understood it right.
Yeah. The commons tribute will change the reserve amount.
Yes, but didn't we set a tribute percentage in the hatch that is happening right now of how much goes to the funding pool? I know.
No. So that hatch tribute really only doesn't have anything to do with the bonding curve or anything. It's only the it only has to do with the like what people can rage quit or not.
Okay. Yeah, then I was confused. Okay. Can you see?
Yes, we can see. Oh, but now we can't hear you. We were hearing you just fine a second ago. Nuggin. Can you guys hear him?
No, I can't.
Nuggin, we can't hear you. Oh no! I wonder if his headphones went out. We can't hear him, and he can't hear us.
But his mouth isn't moving. I'm gonna do.
I think. Here, I'll boot him. That'll teach him. Can you hear us, Nuggin? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. No, can't hear it. Okay, I'm booting him. Then he'll figure it out. Like what happened? But okay. Well, there's action. There's action in Python. I guess this opens up the question of like, should we start doing user testing this week?
Okay.
Yeah, Nuggin, we hear you now.
Okay, yes, I'm back. Okay, yeah.
I don't know if your headphones lost battery or what, but
I don't know. Did you see anything? It just started freezing everywhere.
we could see. Yeah, we could see your screen.
Okay, it's a very rough mock-up, and I'll just talk with Sam and put the right bonding curve in, and I'll continue to work on it this week.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Great. Amazing. Yeah, so open question. We have the prototype. We have the prototype that's ready for some user validation. We have the would you say, Vitor, that we could deploy some sort of web app for the token thaw graph?
Sorry, the token thaw is already there. I like what I showed is applied. You mean?
Is there a website that we can go to?
Yeah.
Amazing.
The link in params. I was looking directly at the website. Like it doesn't handle a lot of people getting in, but it's faster than the usual one. I sent in params.
Oh, cool. Amazing. That's so exciting. Okay, so I guess maybe we show it off on Thursday's call and get people playing with both of these and giving us validation. Like, what's the best way to collect feedback, do you guys think? Does anyone have any ideas on how to start doing user validation on all this work that?
Yeah, I'd say I think from the models, etc. I think like it's not exactly. I'm not sure if it should be like user testing because that is more like the raw equations for things. But maybe like in the prototype to get sure that it makes sense. Not sure because like yeah, maybe even in the model, like if you show and try to make people understand like what does that pie charts mean, what does the token free signal make sense, and then you can like although like I'm just plotting the simplest way possible, the models might be good for like people to understand like if we should change which input you're using or output. Yeah, I think it might make sense. But I split in like one into that model with the sliders and other in the prototype. Just get sure that the prototype, I mean the design prototype, I'd say. Not sure. Guessing.
Because for instance, you're like, listen, they're just gonna make a bunch of comments about how the range needs to be fixed or stuff like that you're not intending to, right? But is that the idea?
Exactly, because I'm not caring much about design right now in there, like limitations, etc. Just like the equations. Yeah, that's the point.
Okay, so maybe we only do user testing on Figma prototypes. Is that?
Yeah, I'd say that.
What do you think, Marco?
Yeah, wanted to actually suggest that. So I think I'm gonna just add one more screen, which when you click on the go to configuration to say coming soon, working on this next, so people don't get confused. But I think like the first part we can kind of user test and just get more feedback from people how they like the whole flow and the onboarding. And also like it's important to pick the right audience because a lot of the people from token engineering will most probably click on I'm an expert, I'm just going to go to configuration. But what we want to get feedback on is from people who don't have a technical background, to see how they feel about it. Did they learn something? Do they feel comfortable enough to move forward? Do they need more information? Is it overwhelming for them? And just these kind of things, like is the information actually, does it make sense to them? Stuff like that. So until we have the second part of the prototype, I would focus on more people with less technical background, maybe wider community or something like that.
For the prototype that you have right now.
For the prototype we have right now. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll open it up to everyone, but yeah, I'll definitely maybe we do maybe we schedule even on the calendar like Commons dashboards user testing or something like that, and we have a sesh, and maybe we hand select and invite some people.
Yeah, we could do that as well. Whatever works best.
Okay. Anybody else have any ideas?
We might also contact people directly, send them a brief introduction saying, hey, you want to participate in you want to help us improve something, or participate in user feedback session, whatever. Just send them an email with a link, and after that it just we give them a questionnaire or something like that, like a Google form. We could potentially set it up, or just open-ended answers from them, or whatever. But just maybe targeting a specific group of people, 5, 6, 10, 15, I don't know, and asking if they want to spend like 10, 15 minutes, and beta, alpha test, like alpha leak. Oh my God, we're gonna give you alpha leak, you know? So you must participate. You don't want to miss that. So maybe we could do that as well. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, and I mean, would we just show them how to make a comment in Figma? I mean, if you just say, "Hey, open the Figma and press C," and I mean, that's so nice. I didn't know you could do that. If we just tell them that, "Hey, open the Figma and press C," and tell us if anything's confusing. Just flag it confusing. Or
yeah,
whatever.
for that reason, maybe we could just have the inside a prototype. I can put a button for send feedback or something like that. That just opens up a Google form, or also within that introduction email, or however we're going to reach them, we're just going to link to the Google form with a questionnaire, or a simple questionnaire or something like that. To just get general feedback. We could also, provide some instructions as well, how to leave a comment or whatever. But yeah, I think, whoever's going to respond, they're going to respond, whether by email or they're going to ping us on Discord or they're going to leave a comment in Figma. They're just going to provide a feedback, how, in the best way they can. But we should definitely set up something for them.
Okay, that sounds great. What do you guys think? So Mount Manu's not on here, but he kept asking for stuff to do, and I feel like maybe carrying the flag of user testing might be something that he could succeed at, because he's like very engaging and like
exactly.
kind of pushing through, to like get people to do stuff.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Oh,
Well, yeah, definitely. I would ask him. Yeah, why not? Sure.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Why not?
I would definitely want to have it be someone who's really confident in the nuances of the params for actually like speaking in it. So I feel like me or Vitor or Sam or Mitch or Nuggin, Lauren, like some of us would be potential candidates to really like, because you don't want to give wrong information, but if I would of course love your support in making the actual videos, but I want to make sure that it's someone who really, really knows what they're talking about when they're about the parameter. What do you mean guideline? Well, I guess this might be a question for Lauren. I was imagining when you said you wanted some videos that it would just be like someone talking for 2 minutes about like what each parameter does, and clicking it and talking about while they click it, and then it's done.
Yeah, or even, I mean, I was just thinking, because it's on like the section where it's just like big block of text explaining it. Somebody basically just saying what the text says, but like in less words, because it's hard for people to read text. I mean, I have a hard time reading big blocks of text. I never want to, but like to watch a 2-minute video of someone saying exactly the same thing, I'll do in a second. So I was thinking literally somebody just being like, token thaw, and then being like, explaining it, and that's it. And just like TC logo, done. So like nothing complicated, super easy.
Okay, so not on the modules, just where that text.
Yeah, in the section where it's like I want to learn about how to design the commons, and then you like click through and there's like a bunch of information. I think that this would be a good place to explain to people what the params are. I didn't mean on the module.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Then that might be more achievable if it's really just like summarizing text.
Yeah, it would be super easy. We just need somebody who wants to do it, and then we'll do it.
I could do it.
Who was that?
Mitch.
Mitch. Okay, cool. Oh, that's why you sounded so muffled. In the plane. Commitment. Cool. Okay. Then yeah. That's good. Let's move on. Unless there's any more comments on the Python or user testing.
I just took some notes on for the user testing of the commons operator, and I pasted that in the parameters. And that's basically it. We can get back to that later, so you can continue with the agenda.
Okay, cool.
That's basically for Manu. So I'm gonna just should I mention him like at Manu? Read this
Sure.
or
Yeah. And I think he might pop in a second.
Mhm.
I mean him while we're talking. Okay, so next is actually. Hey Manu.
Okay.
So there it is. So I guess let's just really quickly go back. So we have this prototype, and I think maybe Marco and a few other people can work with you on exactly how we want to do it. But we want to gather some like user validation on whether or not the prototype has information that users can understand, right? And we'd love to get more of our like non-technical community especially, but also I think the technical community might, like, if it's more of a technical person, they can read it and be like, is this true, and then the non-technical people will be like, is this English, and then like have we can have like a little maybe validation from both user groups, honestly, but like we need someone to carry that flag. Be like, yeah, I'm going to make sure that there is a feedback form. I'm going to make sure that people are actually using it, comments, maybe doing user interviews with people, kind of thing. Would you
I can carry that flag. Yeah, sure.
Anybody else have any quick advice from Mount Manu?
No, just to mention that I mentioned you in the parameters channel. I posted something like quick notes on what we discussed before you joined, and above that is a link to the prototype in Figma that you can also click through. If any of those notes is not clear to you or need some guidance or instructions or clarification, just ping me, and
Okay,
I'll assist you with that. Okay.
Okay. Then let's. Well, do you have any questions, Manu? Really quick before we move
on. No, I think Marco laid it on pretty neatly. Yeah, if any question comes up, then I'll let you guys know.
He's really neat. Cool. Okay, great. Then let's keep pushing. Token thaw module. I guess, Marco, are you down to start working on that prototype as a pretty top priority?
Yeah. So next step for me is actually start working on token thaw. Actually, building up the whole 4 modules of the basic view. So like that's next on my list. I'm gonna start working on that actually right now. So yeah.
Yeah, I really want hatchers to be able to look at something for the token thaw and see that they get to pick the opening price of the vesting. I know I'm a broken record here, but so stoked about that. So anybody have any other thoughts on the token thaw module? I think we're going to be able to end this call early, by the way, so that's cool. Or maybe just turn it into a Groovy session where we play with the prototype. Forum posts. So I did post the power of defaults, and in it there are some parameters that need to be chosen by different groups. Common Swarm is one group, Stewards is another group, Params is another group. So just, hey, that's there. And then there are some other forum posts as well. I know, Manu, you were working on some. Lauren's been working on some. Do you guys have any? Yeah, I saw you posted yours. Does anyone else have any that are in the works? They are blocked on or anything like that? No? Do we have any that?
Already put all
Augmented bonding curve.
The augmented bonding curve one is blocked?
Are they posted?
Did we post the exit tribute, entry tribute, and commons tribute posts?
I think Nate did. I'm gonna look right now.
Sorry, Negan, we couldn't hear you if you want to talk.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't say anything.
Entry tribute, exit tribute, and the introduction to the ABC is all here.
Oh, I love that you're repping the TEC internationally, Mitch. Yeah, bring it across the world. Okay, cool. Well, then I think that's our whole show. So what I'd say is we can end early, or maybe we can put on the Groovy Bot and look at Marco's Figma and make a lot of comments. Marco?
I let you guys do that because I definitely need a shower now. Sorry, I'm sweaty. So
okay.
just dive into the Figma, have fun, and Manu, get back to me when you start, drafting the email or whatever. You'll start working regarding the user testing thing.
Yeah, where's the link to the Figma?
Just above the last comment in the parameters, Griff posted it. All right. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot. Great call.
Marco. Yeah, and everyone else who wants to leave, it's totally cool. I assume Mitch wants to.